So a pro team decided to play no sentinels on the new Icebox, and my initial reaction was this.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
And after watching the game, I was right. But before I show you their defensive struggles, I'm first just going to show you the defensive pistol round and say nothing. Because this one goes out there for all the people who enjoy Icebox, who think Icebox is a good map, that it has redeeming qualities. I just want you to watch this round and remind yourself that this is the truth of Icebox. This round right here.
Rimane importante spendere il kit di questo agente anche in difesa. È un pochino più complesso, ma se giochi bene dietro le cascade, ti prendi i tuoi push, dai il suo senso al kit dell'agente anche in difesa, ecco.
Stiamo a vedere allora questo kit in difesa con ingresso da parte di nuovo sul site senza troppi complimenti. Si alza il muro di Alan e si va al plant. Questo è il setup organizzativo di nuovo. Alan prende un sacco di danni ma riesce a portare a casa la pellaccia. Quindi ancora 5 contro 5 con retake. Un po' lenta forse la manovra dei Clash. Decide di non andare alle spalle dove c'era comunque il controllo di Killjoy con Nice. Tutti quanti invece pronti per l'ingresso su backside. Pipo si affaccia per un attimo, si alza il muro da parte di Viper, la freccia lo deve far spostare da lì. La prima killer da parte di Sora, buono l'ingresso da parte di Clash, arriva adesso sotto i piedi dell'avversario. La prima freccia, poi ancora Pipo su Educoz, 4 contro 4, un po' lenta la manovra di Clash, adesso bisogna accelerare, serie di trade da un lato e dall'altro, invita soltanto Sora contro gli avversari, buono il lavoro, poi non entrano i colpi da parte di Sora, buona la difesa da parte di nuovo, ottimo setup difensivo.
So of course the first problem you're going to probably encounter if you play no sentinel on Icebox is how do you actually defend mid, and in round number 16 here, we're going to see that as this poor Sova gets victimized.
Schede un cov per riguadagnarti una via di fuga fatta con quei due agenti statici è un po' sconsiderata, sì. Edu Coz su due diversi livelli, bello questo inserimento dei Novo.
E qui
diversivo
arriva
in alto,
difesa di Byron, non si difende.
Combat Sage.
Now, to be fair, we did actually see some very nice utility there coming out from Novo. I actually really kind of like this idea of this beast, but the Sova dart that they do that lands up here is really actually kind of cool, and they're gonna go with the orb in here, and the jet is gonna updraft dash onto the tube here, and this Sova is just in a world of trouble, as you see. So actually, it is a really nice play. You know, that dart is really, really good for clearing this out, and as soon as the Sova gets revealed just here, obviously, you know, don't know that that dart's coming, maybe not a common dart. You know, as soon as you're scanned here, I mean, obviously you're just screwed, right, with the jet up on top here and people coming underneath as well. No real way, you know, way to escape. Just in a lot of trouble, and, you know, they get this kill. Now, here's the thing, and I spoke about this before in my recent video about Icebox, that this choke point now is very small and can still cause problems. And if our Viper here on the defensive side, you know, didn't have a Sheriff or, you know, maybe plays it a bit differently, this still could have been a problem. And I do think that this is a problem with these B-splits, that, you know, if this Viper Molly comes out now rather than, like, you know, in the couple seconds after when it's coming, right, where it comes a bit too late, obviously. But if it comes out a bit before, you know, you could see that, again, this would cause a big delay in terms of, you know, actually progressing towards the site there. So it could still be a bit of an issue. But you're about to see, again, that, you know, from this point on, they're just going to clean up. And some of these, you know, kind of double swings together and positions that they take up are really quite nice.
Novo.
E qui arriva
in alto,
difesa di Byron, non si difende.
Combat Sage, di tutto rispetto, questa di Alan. Tante frag, tante resurrezioni messe a referto. Bravo, bravo.
Ottima partita fino ad ora. Tra l'altro, prima aggressione su mid del match. Non ho mai visto
vero,
giocato
vero.
il mid, execution veloce, bello con quel setup come diceva giustamente Walcat, uomo sopra, uomo sotto. Lì Edu effettivamente non sa esattamente dove guardare perché è abbandonato a se stesso e poi c'è veramente poco da fare. Sora l'unico obiettivo è quello di portare l'operator al prossimo round, è già partita però la caccia all'uomo e qui partono i ping da parte dell'attacco, deve essere per forza lì, però forse non riesce a portare al prossimo round l'arma.
Ci sta provando, vediamo se la caccia all'uomo porta bene. Xasi ci ha pensato e non ha la meglio però.
And the problems will mostly be in mid. Even if your opponents don't go to mid whatsoever, it's what it does to the rest of the map as well, as you'll see in the very next round.
E forse qualcosa del genere stanno per imbastire dalle parti di A, lo fanno effettivamente, cascata tracciata verso Belt, a faccio di lomba sulle main, purtroppo però i Novo non sono lì. Ed effettivamente anche questa cosa, oltre che azzeccare il lato giusto di mappa in cui provarla, devi anche azzeccare il timing, perché naturalmente la cascheda ha il suo tempo in cui fluttua, in cui ti dà copertura e ti garantisce uno swing. Una volta svanita, il difensore che ha pushato è in the open completo.
Intanto Byron l'unico a coprire B, sta arrivando adesso anche Sora a dargli una mano. Yellow conquistato da parte dei Novo. Super shot da
Did
parte...
you see how easy that round was for the attackers? They just started planting the spike and it'll go down without much contestation and they get the first kill there and they practically just walked on to B with really no threat to them whatsoever. And that's because there's no Sentinel, right? Because there's no Sentinel utility here in mid, what that means is that pretty much every round they had 2 people watching mid. And it means that they're so slow to react to everything, right? Because take a look at this. Yeah, we come towards B at the start of the round, right? We send in this Silver Dart. Viper destroys it. The Viper is alone because we need to have 2 people mid, you know, watching towards mid here. So the Viper ends up alone. Okay, we feel some pressure towards B. We start to rotate. But again, here's the problem, right? That again, if we had Sentinel utility in here, right, guarding some of this, then we wouldn't need 2 people here, right? But these 2 are going to stay here and have to be watching mid because they're worried about any mid look that could get a lot of value, right? So they can't fast rotate over towards B here when these players actually start coming towards B because they have to be watching mid. And so what that means is this Viper has to continue to be pretty passive. This Jet has to continue to be fairly passive here and kind of wait and essentially give up the site because we need these guys watching towards mid at all times, making sure that no one's coming in. Even when the Jet dashes across and they get to this spot and the wall goes up, we're not in a position whatsoever, right, to kind of flood back in and really contest this as quick as we can. You know, the Jet's going to try this updraft play and get, you know, hit a really nice shot here from the opposition Jet, but we're just not in a position to actually affect this in any kind of way because we have to be super, super worried about the mid look. And so the spike goes down for pretty much for free. They take the site for pretty much free. And then on top of that, guess what's about to happen? Keep your eye on this Killjoy because even though these guys have been super worried about mid the whole time, 2 of them are still gonna die to this Killjoy who is kind of lurking, you know, in the last threat.
Stato da parte dei Novo. Super shot da parte di Bibo. Manda un messaggio chiaro e netto a Sora. Lo spedisce nell'iperunario. Poi ancora la kill da parte di Nice. Pieno controllo della parte centrale della mappa. E qui ottimo round ancora una volta di nuovo. Ingresso pulito. Grande lavoro di Nice alle spalle. Super shot da parte di Bibo. I Clash che sembrerebbero però volerci provare. Si avvicinano i 2. Bibo li va a sfidare ancora Bibo. Ed è tutto facilissimo per il duello.
So you don't want to commit that many players to mid because it's just too hard. So what do? You decide, okay, we're not going to do that. We're going to take a risk in mid, right? We're just going to have, you know, 1 person guard it. This Viper's going to come back to A in a second. We're just going to mostly have this Gecko guard it instead. And we will play aggressive on B, right? We got both our Jet and Harbor here. But then again, we get the Dart out here and defending in B main, I think is tough now with those changes, right? So the Harbor has to come back. The Jet tries an up shot. It's going to try another up shot as well. Just misses, has to dash away. And now again, we're in trouble, right? The Killjoy lockdown comes in. Again, we've only really had our Gecko here, and you know, now that it seems like it's a B hit, we're kind of ready. But you know, with the Killjoy lockdown, which will get destroyed by us overall, but still they're gonna manage to get the spike down. We can't really contest it too much. And now look at where the map is, right? Look at this again. The spike has just gone down. We know we're playing in a 5v5 now, 5v5 retake. And again, they do the right thing here, probably, right? Which is we're trying to find this lurk in mid. We're trying to find where it is, and we're trying to kill it now so that it can't be a problem later on, right? But again, their opponents were smart. They understood that that's probably what's going to happen because our Viper is all the way over here on A, and they are going to late lurk mid, right? They are going to come down here and late lurk mid and win this round. And the thing is, it doesn't have to be someone who's, you know, just sitting over towards A. It could be someone coming back from this way as well, right? And coming this way instead. Just impossible because you can't just continue to stare down here, right? You can't just continue to constantly be watching this the whole time, because it's just not a winning strategy, right? So at some point you're going to have to focus on that, and then if the timing is good, well, just watch the rest of this round.
Ho preso di nuovo, quindi i Clash sono comunque costretti a tornare indietro. Qui forse non si sono capiti, perché i Clash avevano già abbandonato l'ultimate. In ogni caso situazione 5 contro 5 con spike piazzata. Si alza il muro da parte di Arbor. È buono questo muro, costringe Novo a fare qualcosa. Si apre infatti la prima molly per guadagnare un po' di tempo. Sora ancora a tenere il muro. Si alza anche il muro da parte di Byron. Primo shot da parte di Bibo su Educoz sulla freccia del compagno. Nuovo vantaggio. Bibo a cercare informazioni, ma c'è solo muro da quel lato. Poi Xasi va a bucare l'omba. Ancora Bibo, super shot da parte sua. Poi Sora, poi Sparker. Resta soltanto Sora però contro tutti gli avversari. Raccoglie l'operator. Vorrebbe scappare con l'operator. C'è Xasi alle spalle. Riesce a salvarlo. Sora sì.
And so yeah, don't play no Sentinel on Icebox. There's just literally no way you can win. It's so difficult against anyone who knows what they're doing. You must play a Sentinel on Icebox. Honestly, if not 2, maybe even 3. That's the way the map is now. Get used to it.